Welcome, Whisky Aficionados. I'm Trevor, and today we are going to look at another Campbeltown whiskey. It's the Kilkerran, 16 years old, 16 years in a barrel, 46%, and it's a single malt Scotch whiskey. Here's the bottle. Now, it's the Glengyle Distillery, as we know, in Campbeltown. We've done some of the same people that own Springbank are involved. 1872, the distillery was set up, but it did close. Closed in 1925 and it remained sort of silent for quite a long time. Oh, hang on, let's do that again, shall we? Ah, yes. Let's pour a little bit of this out. It's very dark and colourful, isn't it? Anyway, so interestingly, it's not called Glengyle because that name was already sort of in use, if you like. So they came up with Kilkerran. Joined the core range in 2020, did this one, and it's now released annually. It's quite popular, you can get it online. However, it has developed that cult-like status, same as Springbank, I guess. The price sometimes can escalate because some scalpers would buy this and sell them in auction, which is a no-no, really. I mean, it's not really on. I don't think it's something that we should be doing in general. It doesn't help the whiskey industry one little bit. We do get an allocation of usually off Springbank and Kilkerran into New Zealand especially. I don't know what it's like across the world. I think it's something similar. So if you can get it, but you need to be onto it. You need to be on the online store's mailing list, I would say, and what they'll do is they'll let you know, hey, we've got a batch in, and that's time to go get your Kilkerran or your Springbank. That's usually the way it happens. This has got a real dark hue on it. So first thing I'll do is stick my beak into the glass, and I always look for that off smell. There's nothing off in here. It smells interesting. It's got like a honeyed, but not aggressive sort of sweetness. It's like fruits and pears. Maybe a little bit of citrus, like orange or lemon. Certainly there's a lot going on, so let's see. Let's have a go. There's an oily texture to this, which often I think you're going to get in a Campbeltown whiskey especially. It's very, very pleasant. It's warming. You've got some fruits, red berries. The oak is certainly there, but it's not overpowering. There's maybe a drying bitterness at the very, very end, which is not amazing to me, but it's still very, very palatable, I suppose. And then you've got that black pepper, cinnamon. The marketing people will tell you licorice. I don't get any of that whatsoever, or I don't get any of the aniseed that they talk about. No, not for me. Beautiful dram. There's no question about it. And I think what makes it slightly different than, a lot of single malts. A lot of single malts are very, very nice, but this just seems to have more character in the body, more character in the mouthfeel. You know what I mean? It's beautifully balanced. Fruit, oak, sweetness. Got that touch of peat in here, smoke. And there's that salty brine dryness, I think, that comes into play as well. So it's really a very, I would call it a very complex sort of dram, if you like. Take another little sip. The finish is sort of one of those finishes that does want you to come back. It does want you to come back for more. It's 16 years old. Obviously, it's beautifully made by the people in Glengyle. So it's a good flavor bomb, but it's not massive. You know, if you're expecting an enormous sort of sherry hit, or heavy peat, you're not going to get that. It is subtle, but I think that's possibly part of its appeal, isn't it? You know, it's a whiskey that sort of asks you to slow down a bit and pay attention, and that goes back to, I think, it having a little bit more sort of character about the whiskey. Scoring on something like this, look, I'm obviously, one, not for me. Two barrels is an interesting dram. 3 is a solid dram. 4 is an excellent whiskey, and 5 is just an awesome whiskey. This is a 4 out of 5. It is a very, very good whiskey. I think whiskey drinkers know that it's a very, very good whiskey. It's interesting, have you tried this one, this particular 16-year-old expression? Let me know in the comments if you have tried it, and let me know what you think about it, because yeah, I think it's a great dram. Reviews, on this channel, they're every week. I also try to do a video sort of in between midweek on a whiskey related subject, whether that's making a whiskey cocktail or a little bit of whiskey history about something else. But it will help if you subscribe. Hit the little bell, subscribe, and until next time, drink responsibly and sláinte, guys.